ladies and gentlemen, let's get down to the meat and potatoes and the gravy. This young man is out in the Maryland area. He was one of the top leaders when I came over to ACN, and his wife, she's also got her position. She's the RVP on her own right. He's an SVP on his own right. I love that one. I love that. And he's an entrepreneur. He's also a real estate investor. Let's say this: he's all around guy. He's got three handsome boys, all graduated from college. They all got their little businesses going, and I mean, talking about a role model. There's another role model. Think I no, you think I want? No, this is a role model here. Without further ado, can we give a warm welcome to none of the Mr. the great Senior Vice President, Mr. Orin Solomon.
Hey, Al, thank you. Thank you so much, brother. How y'all doing today? All right? Good to see everybody. Good to see everybody's smiling faces. Everyone looks good. Al, you look great, man. It's great spending time with you the other day as well. I so appreciate your friendship and your leadership. And, anytime your leader asks me to jump on a call, man, I just say when. Just let me know when. He's helped me in so many different ways, and he has no idea how he's helped me mentally, spiritually, financially. Just a great all-around person, a great role model to have. And just want to thank you for your friendship, man. So today, I want to jump on today just to kind of share some words of wisdom with you guys. Look, we are in the month of June. Can you believe it's June already? Can you believe that? It's unfreaking believable. Years flying by, man. And so we've got some up and coming things taking place that we want to make sure that everybody's positioned to take advantage of. Now, look, we know that a lot of things are in our favor right now. Look, I tell people you got to know when to work hard in ACN. And the season that we're in right now is a golden season. All the stars are aligned in our favor. The economy is kind of shaky. There are a lot of people that are losing their jobs, government's cutting jobs, businesses cutting jobs. People are just trimming the fat is what they're doing. But there's a lot of casualties that come along with that. And a lot of family and friends and people that may get hurt. They may get caught in the crossfires, right? They lose their jobs, they get a cut in pay, and that's not necessarily a bad thing, right? What it means is it's kicking people off of sitting on the bench, and it's making them get up and do something and be more than what they thought they can be. And a lot of people now are starting to realize that it's fiscally irresponsible to only have one stream of income coming into your household, or maybe even two nowadays. And so when you reach out to people, you could be reaching them at the right time, and they could be ready to do something different. They could be ready to change their life, and they can see the writing on the wall that, corporate America is good to have a job, but it's not necessarily the best thing for security. And so now, some of you have people that you talked to a year ago, 2 years ago, 5 years ago, that were in a different situation than they are right now. And so one of the best things you can do for your business is follow up and follow through, because there is a fortune in the follow up. And let me tell you something, some of the people who you think don't need this are the ones that need it. You could just call that person and catch them at the right time. It could be the right situation. They could be sick and tired of getting cast to the side, or sick and tired of not getting that promotion, or sick and tired of someone not recognizing them, or sick and tired of getting laid off, and are ready to be an entrepreneur. And sometimes if you just catch them at the right time, and obviously you got the right opportunity, all the stars are aligned, man, you can find the next superstar in your business. And that's happened to me many, many times over times like this when you had a recession. In fact, our greatest growth, I know in my business, I'm not speaking for Al, I'm sure he can probably relate to this, was right after 2007, 2008. When the market crashed, there were so many people that were hurt and devastated by that we just had a tremendous influx of quality people getting our business. And then we had a 10-year run of just incredible growth, incredible production. We promoted more regional vice presidents and senior vice presidents and RDs in that 10-year period than we ever had in our ACN career. And so the same thing is about to happen right now. We are in that place right now where, man, if you guys can really get out there and talk to a lot of people, you're going to find some people that are going to be open. I put a challenge out to my group that, the month of June is, to at least reach out and talk to 100 people. Now, look, I know that's a low number for some of you. I don't want to limit your exposure. You never want to minimize how many people you talk to. But I told them a minimum of 100 exposures in the month of June, because you have a higher chance of people saying, yes, I want to do this. Yes, I want to take advantage of this. Can y'all hear that background noise? I got the cleaning people at my house today, so I want to make sure that y'all don't hear my cleaners vacuuming the floor here. Let me get to a spot where you can, or maybe you can hear me. You don't have the background noise. So now is the time to really go out there and talk to people. And it doesn't matter what you say. All that matters is that you do say something. Now, you don't want to prejudge anybody, but here's what you're looking for, man. You're looking for people who are hungry. You're looking for people who have a little bit of influence, all right? And you're looking for people who can actually pay the money, right? People who can actually afford to get in. And then once you find those particular folks, you want to run with them. You want to get them in front of your system, put them in the system that you have in place, and just let them sort themselves and find out who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Who do you know? Taproot as much as you possibly can so you can find the next leadership. Like Al mentioned, we've got roughly 90 days, 90 plus days until the next international training event. And your job, actually before that, on the 21st, everybody's doing a live event, right? I'm assuming everybody's gonna be at a live event, right? Is that yes? Yes or yes? So your job is over the next 15 days or so to expose as many people as you can to the ACM business and get them to that event. If you can do a great job of getting people to that live event, the presenters are going to do their job and push them into the international training event or push you to your next wave of leadership. But now you got to act like you don't have a group. It's all about you. It's about being brand new, brand spanking new, and going out and going ETL all over again or RC all over again and connecting with people all over again. To me, this is the golden age of our company. I don't know if we're going to ever see a time like this where everything is aligned. You know, another 10 years from now, I'm probably not going to be doing this. I'll be retired. I'll be honest with you. All right. So what I'm saying to you is now is the time to get out there and talk to people. Now, here's the thing. Some of you still have a chicken list. And I'm going to test you. How many of you honestly have people in your phone that you haven't talked to about ACN? Be honest. Be honest. Look around. Look around. All right. Let me tell you something. All that means is you don't 100% believe. Now, you may believe 98% or 99%, but our great president of our company, Greg Provenzano, he says 1% doubt, you're out. You got to talk to everybody you know. You never know. You never know who is open. You never know unless you ask. I was telling Al a story the other day about how fear cripples people. And we have these stories in our head and how I can't call that person, they're too successful, or I can't call that person, they told me no, or whatever story you create in your head. And I remember there was a girl I liked in high school, and I just never asked her out. It took me 2 years to ask her out. And I remember I finally asked her out on a date, and she looked at me, she said, "What were you waiting for?" I was like, I felt like a fool, man. 2 years of putting myself through the, oh, should I do? Oh, now let me, I was playing these games in my head and I lost a really good 2 years with this lady. She was a beautiful girl too. And I kick myself every time I think about that. And it's the same thing I'm telling you. Some of you have people on your list right now that can make you wealthy. Some of you have people that can lead you to the next RVP or SVP. All right, but I don't think you're not seeing it that way. You're worrying about your fear. You're letting your fear conquer what could potentially be your freedom. All right, you want to go after freedom, not fear. All right, so you want to attack that person or those people. Just give them a call. In fact, when we get off the Zoom today, look, I know the phone look like it's this big and it got teeth on it, and it wants to bite you. But pick it up and make the call anyway. And listen, when you do that, you win. No matter what happens, no matter how the conversation goes, you've defeated that big gorilla. You've defeated fear, right? But if you don't do it, you let fear win. I was telling out another story about fear. I remember when I was in the third grade. This is when I learned about how to conquer fear, and it took me a while to figure it out. I was in the third grade. This was the first exposure I had to it. I was we had a bully in our class, and this guy was always picking on people, wanting to fight and everything, and everybody was scared of him. And I remember He wanted me to give him my sandwich or something like that. And I was like, no, man, we're not doing that. And he kept going at me. And I said, no, we're just, that's not going to happen. And he said, well, you meet me in the bathroom after school. And, all the kids are like, oh, something's going to happen to Orin after school. And so we're in the bathroom. We start fighting. Everybody's got their dukes up. And I thought to myself, I'm not going to wait for this guy to hit me. I'm going to take the first swing. And I was telling Al, I said, you know how to bully? I mean, the best way to handle a bully is to bully a bully. Give them their own medicine, right? So the best way to handle fear is to fight the fear. So I took the first punch, bam, hit him in the nose, blood everywhere. We were friends ever since. And that's what I learned my lesson about fear. Fear is only what we put in our minds, man. It's just something that we create a story that is not true. And it cost us so much money. It cost us so much time. It cost me 2 years of being with that girl. Okay. It's going to cost you. So I'm challenging you guys to reach out to these people. Go back to some of these people. Some of you had a really negative response with a really close friend, but that situation might be different now. They may be open now. Some of you talk to them differently because you were new in the business. You didn't know what to say. Now you're more mature. Now you've got more insight. Now you've got more training under your belt. You can communicate with them differently. You might get a different result. But if you keep that story in your head that they're not interested, then you're killing a tremendous opportunity for you to win. So what am I telling you guys? Follow up and follow through. There's a fortune. There's a fortune. All I'm doing is talking to people. Listen, I told my group to do this thing, to talk to 100 people. My goal is to talk to 200 people. I think I'm up to like 60 something already this month. And so, look, the law of large numbers will never, ever fail you. If you just go through the numbers, you're going to find some people just like you. You're going to find people that say yes. Are you going to get some no's? Of course. But are you going to get a thick skin? Yes. Are you going to grow? Yes. Are you going to eventually not worry about the no's? Of course you are, because you're going through a large number of people. And so, this is a simple message today, but I'm telling you, some of you need to hear it, because I know some of you are not talking to the people you should be talking to. Another thing I was telling Al was, making sure you raise the bar. Go after people who you're maybe scared to talk to. Talk to people that are successful. Talk to people that have influence. Some of the people, go after the people who are the easiest to talk to. I was telling them about, we don't want Uncle Charlie, who's been sitting on the couch for 2 years and hadn't worked for 2 years. He's probably not the most motivated person, right? We want the people who can move people, the people who can make things happen, the people who are used to making maybe $250,000, and now they're only making $50,000 or $100,000, and they want to get back. Go after those people. Those are the ones that can actually move the needle and really get you to the next level in our company. Look, we got fintech banking coming up at the end of the year. We've got all types of different insurances coming up at the end of the year. If you build a big enough group, you can increase your residual income dramatically just through internal consumption. Is everybody hearing me here? Just through the IBOs of your team, just being on some of these services, you can increase your residual income. So this is about building a distribution network. And he or she that has the largest distribution network will have the most customers, will make the most money. All right. And look, if you just do it over and over and over again, you'll get better at peaking. You'll become more sophisticated at it. You'll know, because you failed a couple of times, you'll know how to communicate with some folks. But you got to do it. You got to get out of your comfort zone. You got to live outside of your comfort zone and go after this thing like you never have before. This is a great time to be involved in our company. I'm excited that you guys are all on board. I'm excited to see all of you at our next event. And Al, I'm going to turn it back over to you, my friend.